How many of you have ever heard like something positive about marijuana? This would be like a good thing about it. Could be almost anything. Something you read in a book, something you got off the internet, heard from a friend. Any positives at all? Yes, sir.
It relaxes you.
You can't OD.
It's fun, like it makes you laugh at anything.
It takes you away from reality.
It's not physically addictive.
Gets your mind off things that are bothering you.
I just want to let you guys know, not long ago, I asked this very same question to a group of juniors in high school, about 16 years old. And about 10 rows back in the group, there was a girl. And she's like, like this. And I said, yeah, okay. Go ahead, hon. She said to me, I heard that marijuana closes the hole in the ozone layer. Okay. Wow. A lot of people laughed that day, but 3 days later, I'm at another school 100 miles away in New Hampshire. I asked the same question. Now there's a guy in the front raising his hand. He's probably around 18. He was a senior in high school class. I said, yes, sir. Go ahead. He's sitting in the front row, and he goes, I'm like, uh-oh. He goes, I heard that marijuana closes the hole in the ozone layer. I'm walking across the stage with a mic in my hand. I am not kidding, because I'd heard it twice in one week. It actually stopped me. I'm like, and for about a half a second, I thought to myself, I went, Jesus, maybe it does. Maybe I just missed something, No, I'm really, that's what I was thinking. Well, the only point I'm trying to make here is there's a ton of misinformation about this drug, probably more than any other drug I ever saw. The biggest piece I ever got, honestly, was not something that I read in a book, and it wasn't something that I heard from a friend. Really and truly, it was something that I saw with my own eyes. See, when I was 11 years old, I was completely against drugs. Well, think about that for just a sec. When I'm 11, I'm totally against them. Yet, I nearly died 4 times from taking them. I'm not kidding. I came this close to death 4 times. So how does somebody completely against them almost end up dying from them? Well, one of the reasons I was so against them is my mom. When I'm like 11 years old, she kind of gets in my face one day. I think she's trying to scare me or something. Anyway, she goes, Bobby Wiggins, if you ever take drugs, you'll die. And I'm like, okay. The problem is, when I'm 11, my older brother, 14, he's smoking weed. He's smoking marijuana. So I got very, very worried about it. So I went up into my older brother's room, 11 years old. Both my parents were at work that day. I sat down in the corner of the room, and I decided that day that I was going to watch him, because he's my brother, and honestly, I'm worried about him, Well, my brother doesn't care. He's 14, he's being kind of cool. He takes some marijuana and lights it up and takes a big drag. He's making a big deal out of it, and he blows it out. 11 years old, I'm sitting right here like this. I'm going, he's going to die. Oh, really? I'm going, any second now. And that's honestly what I'm thinking, because I'd never seen anybody do it before. What I saw is the same thing you guys would see if you saw a friend do it. First of all, my brother's eyes got all red. They got all bloodshot, Next thing you know, he's across the room, and he's kind of like he's acting all weird, and goofy. Well, wait a second. Let me put the brakes on for a second. When I did that, a lot of you guys laughed, which is okay. That's cool. But I got a question for you. When I was 11, do you think I screamed, cried, or laughed? Absolutely. I'm like, look at him. So if I'm laughing at my brother, in my mind, is that drug going to look real dangerous? No. Or is it going to look safe? But I'm still not convinced, because I'm being real careful. So I'm up in his room the next day. I sat down again. He takes the marijuana. He lights it up again. I'm sitting over this time. I'm going, you were lucky the last time. And my brother, he just kind of turns around and he goes, hey, Bobby, come here. Come here. Check it out. Don't listen to Mom. She's getting old. 15 times I watched my brother take the drug. 15 times, that's all I saw. Eyes got all red, and he's over there acting all weird. At the end of 15 times, Once again, am I thinking dangerous or safe?
Right.